All right, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Stardom Betem Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Brendan Shelly. My co-host, Ambrose, is obviously not here. I missed you guys last week. I hope you missed us. We didn't get the video out. I know you guys saw that. We did record. We will have kind of a lost sessions maybe in the future when we're world famous. We'll do a lost sessions and we can release that one because it was a fun episode. 2 episodes, actually, but literally coming out of concussion protocol myself. Hit my head chasing a mouse. Long story short, nothing fun about it. I was out of the mix for about 4 days. Couldn't look at computer screens, TVs, cell phone. I was a mess. So, yeah, I'm back. And Dan couldn't make it this morning. It's Thanksgiving morning. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your families. This is going to be short and sweet. I'm just going to go through some of the picks that I like this Thursday. We'll put out another one tomorrow, but I don't want you guys missing out on some action today. So we're going to start it off with the Lions-Packers. Ross the Boss Dwelly. Man, I love this guy. He made me some money when he played over in San Francisco. He can catch the ball underneath. He can go make those long passes. Those long catches. He can run some good routes. He did so in San Francisco when Kittle was out. He'll do so today with Brock Wright listed as out. Ross Dwelly over 10.5 yards receiving, or he can go 1.5 yards. 1.5 receptions at plus 111. I like those odds. Dan Campbell, former tight end, he's calling the plays. Ross the Boss is going to come through. Brandon McManus, former North Penn Knight alumni. Shout out to my local guys here. McManus over 6.5 points. Tight division game. Field goals matter. I don't care what Dan Campbell says, but McManus and the Packers will take those points when they can in this division game. It's a big game. Next game, Dallas, Kansas City. Mahomes, this is kind of, once again, we talked about this in those tapes you'll never hear, but Mahomes, this is kind of it. Kansas City continues. They must win from here on out. I'm telling you. So this Dallas game will be big. Mahomes will do what he has to do to win the games. Mahomes over 100 yards passing in both halves. I love that bet. It's at minus 130, so you got to pay a little vig for it, but Mahomes over 100 yards in each half. I like that bet versus that Dallas defense, which is abysmal versus quarterbacks. And so we'll see what happens there. They did hold Hurts, but I don't know if Hurts held himself or the Eagles offense in general just held themselves there. Javonte Williams, the old reliable here. Every week it feels like a cheat code. He makes us money on his receptions or his receiving yards. He hit for us last week. He's going to hit for us this week. Javonte Williams over 9.5 yards receiving. Dallas, Kansas City, what's going to happen is Kansas City's going to have those edge rushers, and Dallas is going to have to dump some passes off. So Javonte Williams over 9.5 yards. Receiving, bubble screen, you got it on the first one. Juju Smith-Schuster. Mahomes loves to spread the ball around. We know that. He only finds certain guys in certain situations. Feels like Juju has become one of those guys. Late in games, third, fourth quarters, it's usually Juju coming out with those big catches. So Juju over 8.5 yards receiving. I can see him getting 24, 25 easily. I like that bet. Once again, Dallas defense, plenty to spread around versus them. Prescott, we're going over 2.5 rushes. And this is kind of one of those why not wagers. Dallas is also in a situation where they got to win on out and they got to prove themselves. Prescott's always trying to prove himself, let's face it. And versus Mahomes, he'll want to step up in the limelight and make some rushes here. Brandon Aubrey, he is a weapon. He really is. I know this is crazy. I'm betting on 2 different kickers this today, but I like these bets. Aubrey, the only reason I like this one, anytime you see Aubrey at plus money and it makes sense, do it. All right, it's worked for us in the past. It's going to work for us today, I hope. Not a big wager, but just still worth to sprinkle a little bit. Aubrey over 8.5 points total at plus 105. That could be 2 field goals and a couple extra points. It could be 3 field goals. I feel confident in Dallas taking the points when they can versus Mahomes in that offense. Bengals versus Baltimore. Mitchell Tinsley, you've heard us talk about him early on in the season. I loved him coming out of preseason. I read into the hype. I was excited. I thought he'd get to see more action earlier. When he has seen action, he's done well. He got another touchdown last week. I think this might be his coming out game with T. Higgins out. He doesn't directly fill the role. He really stepped in for Jamar Chase a little bit better because of the way he runs his routes and what type of receiver he is. But I still feel like Zach Taylor came out and praised him again. I can see him getting over 24.5 yards at plus 105. So that's nice money there. So you're getting on that one. Or you can be aggressive, which I was, and you can go 2.5 catches at plus 190. All right. So Burrow's back. Remember that. Higgins is out. Andre Oshovitz, he's pretty good. Don't get me wrong. He might be on the field a little bit more percentage than Tinsley, but when Tinsley's out there, he's going to make it count. Samaje Perine, this is another one I like a lot. Over 25 and a half rushing and receiving yards combined at minus 125. Burrow's back. He's going to try to get in a groove. They're going to be calling high percentage pass plays. Little check downs to the running backs are those high percentage pass plays. And Perine coming back. Burrow knows him well. They've played in the Super Bowl together. He was his third down back then. Perine's going to be the guy to get those 25 and a half yards rushing and receiving. He gets 4 or 5 carries a game too. So the touches are there. He just needs to make it happen versus this Baltimore defense, which I think you can do. Then finally, I'm betting against Burrow. He's back. I don't know how rusty he will be. I made a pretty so-so wager, not a big one, but Burrow over a half interception. So I'm betting he throws a pick at minus 107. I like the odds too much not to bet that. And that's kind of it. I do like Keaton Mitchell this game too, so I'd watch out for little prop bets on him. I didn't see any worth value, but if you have any in your specials or books, please make them. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. I am so sorry again. I missed you all. I missed getting these episodes out. I'd much rather have done that than sit in my dark cave for a few days like Tua. All right. Keep me posted, comment, like, all that stuff. I'm at bshells13. Dan's at dambrose04. And thank you so much for your continued support. We really appreciate you guys. Happy Thanksgiving.